Introducing your co-hosts, Chedda Mike, Lil Mattress, and Dave. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit.
Good, we're going on. Wow, just like that. Welcome to the Mystical Magical number episode 23.
You see it everywhere. You see it everywhere.
I know. So, but I am the rideshare idiot, just a driver. Thank you for joining us. You can find me at Twitter at the rideshare idiot, just a driver. That is JUSTADRYVER. And
how you doing, everyone? I'm your buddy. Who am I? I'm the guy with the crooked glasses, Chedda Mike, Michael John. That's my Twitter over there. Shout out to the Supreme Steam Team, Google Plus Squad. I guess a shout out to you too. We on there too. You know, we ain't getting much love, but we're getting much more love on the other networks. But we need to branch out a little more. You know, but shout out to you.
The third piece in this bucket of the Biscuit, Lil Mattress. Hit me up on all social media at LILMATTRESS. On Spotify too. Check out the music. Got the new album out there called Pumpernickel, spelled correctly. Check it out, man. We got this hotline 203-941-0045. You can call or text. And this week we got a call. We got a voicemail out here
on the hotline bling
from number 209. We're not going to do that.
We can't do that to you.
But check it out. So we're going to play it for you right now. Got a nice little message here. Check it out.
I just want to leave a message and espouse my macaroni earth theory. I noticed that Chedda Mike has a flat earth theory, but I think it will soon be set aside by my macaroni earth theory. The theory is, well, put your mind to it. The earth is shaped like a macaroni, and all other views are false. So just letting you know that. Do your research and come up with the right idea. Rectangle earth, for life.
Rectangle Earth. I actually heard about
For
that.
life.
That actually reminds me of a very famous person, Paul the Apostle.
The Apostle. Is this Paul the biblical Paul the Apostle?
Very, very, very holy, smart man, wise man is yours.
Well, I like this because the macaroni theory, I can actually, the second he said it, I felt enlightenment. I mean, it was just quickly, it just got me.
Yes. I mean, it hit me because I'm Chedda Mike, Chedda Mac.
I mean, he addressed
cheese
you.
macaroni, you know
Yes,
what I mean?
yeah.
But
He
definitely,
addressed you specifically. How do you feel?
what's
I
your
have
take
heard
on
about
that?
the macaroni theory,
Your
but
thoughts on it?
more of the macroeconomic, macro money-making theory. Currently speaking to this individual, he was, asking about his macaroni earth rectangular theory, which I've heard before too. But, we all entitled to our own beliefs, so.
But no, it comes down to do your own research.
Yes.
Do your own research, right?
But thank you for the call in, and we need much more. So
yeah, more of those calls.
Just a little taste, folks, of what's out there. There's a lot of thought. Put it in. We're here.
We appreciate it. And caller, we will be texting you back on the Google Voice app to let you know that we have responded. And
check out the show.
So the basic is we're not sure on your theory, but we're going to do more.
Yeah, give us a little
research
more on it. I do like
what I
it.
mean?
You know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah,
it with the
yeah.
macaroni?
DYOR.
Is it the spiral macaroni theory? You know
Well,
what I'm
see,
saying?
now
Is
this
it the
is the thing.
spaghetti string
Yes.
theory
I
macaroni?
think he was talking casserole because
Yeah.
he said rectangular earth for life. This might be
Yes.
lasagna. We
Oh,
don't
okay.
even know.
Yes,
Possibly.
yeah,
Might be
because
lasagna.
there's definitely some
Substitute
layers
meat
to
with
it.
mushroom.
Definitely some layers.
Layers
Yes.
on
There's a lot of
Yes.
layers on it. A lot of cheese.
Yeah,
Cheddar.
man.
I like that, but yeah. So cheddar. Speaking of cheddar,
Yes.
Cheddar Mike, tell us. I heard a little interesting story about Bitcoin, and that's just want to bounce off it. I heard there was a big Bitcoin heist to the tune of $40 million. Was it 40 million or 40 billion? This is possible, right?
Yeah,
now-
it's been known to happen.
It was $40 million, not 40 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Yes,
Another
40
one
million
bites the
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yes.
So
yes.
that's 40 million times 6.
Nah, 40 million.
No,
Bitcoin.
I believe that is the overall. I believe the number was given
40
as
million in Bitcoin.
US dollar
Yeah.
value, so it associates and we can register.
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So if that makes
40
anything.
million USD in Bitcoin.
Hey, but 40 million
So-
in anything though is a lot.
Yeah, of
no?
course.
Yeah.
So
you can do some damage.
at least you
with
take
that.
the average of what's 7,000 going into 40 million.
That's a number that I couldn't.
That's how many Bitcoins you lost.
All right. So, but
average.
this wasn't necessarily Bitcoin, right? The people should know that it was, I believe it was called CoinRail. But my whole thing
Was
in
the exchange, right?
yes, was the exchange that it happened on. But $40 million, like, what do you? That's like some James Bond shit, no?
It's probably people inside the fucking company. You
Now,
know?
this is the thing, too, because I know that there's been a couple of robberies like this. Has anybody ever been caught robbing the Bitcoin?
This
or is
amount,
it kind of
I
like
know,
a
this
grab
amount,
and
I don't
dash
know.
and you're gone?
I don't think
Too
so,
much
yeah.
encryption.
No, I don't know. Yeah, it's a mystery right now.
But what I did, and I don't know if you know, what I heard mentioned, possibility it could have been saved in a cold wallet. Is that something else?
Yes,
I heard,
yes. It's
What-
a cold wallet, which is something. It's almost like a USB drive that you keep on your own. You have your own address, you have your own password keys.
Well, what's
No,
now?
So
But
because
cold, that they would be the. What's the difference?
cold
with
as
cold?
in it's not connected to the internet, so your money's off the internet, no access to hackers.
I got you.
So the only true way would be someone would have to hack your laptop whenever you.
All right, and then there's real quick, not to bust the Bitcoin bubble, but I think we at the moment it's kind of down, right?
It's a little bit low.
Bitcoin is depending how
6-7.
you look at it. People see it as an opportunity to buy. Other people that got into it high, yeah, they might be down.
I got
people
you.
that never
I-
got into it, they're pretty fucking excited because they didn't get busted on the $20,000 little.
Yeah,
tease,
didn't
you know?
take your hit, and if you
So,
have the faith, I
now
get
they're
it's coming
excited,
closer
yeah.
to that time to buy if that's your
But
thing.
around the high last year, that big explosion where it got to like 18,000.
Yeah.
Now it's down to like 6,700. So if you bought then, like you said, yeah, you might not be happy. But if you buy now
Yeah.
with a future looking at like, hey, it could go back up there.
But if you
know.
bought then and cashed out, you know what I'm saying, like those people are kind
You're
of
up, you're happy,
like
and
that
then
type
you're
of
using
gamble.
that money to get back
Yep.
in.
Yeah,
you know?
Because I mean, some people could probably do it for probably do that instant flip and just said, you know what, I'm just out right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just you
Right
know
now
what,
is a
I'm
good
up,
time for
you know?
people to get in because there's a coin that's on the average of $100. You just put in $100, leave it there now.
Yeah,
and
see,
that coin's definitely due.
I like it, but see, I'd have to be able to take some out quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like every
Yeah.
time I got
That's why
something, take half
you would have
out.
to be the person where like you luckily got in and then like a week later it fucking blew up.
Yeah,
You know
or
what I'm
anything.
saying?
No, you want to know something? If my 50 turned into 100, I take 25 back out into my pocket and be like,
That's
"This is what you
yeah.
know."
That's a
But
game
that's
plan a lot of people do.
When I was saying along the lines of gambling, and I kind of wanted to tie into. I don't know if you guys heard. We talked about before that that pass on gambling had gone through. That on the state
Yep.
level, it's going to be happening. The next news that I had heard is states aren't even ready for this. Like,
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, the states are not. This is not something that, like, if you were excited
ain't
to
ready for this?
gambling and
They ain't ready.
they're not. No, they're definitely not. It's, some states aren't going to be ready till like 2020. you
Yeah,
know?
well, I mean,
So,
there's got to be an entire it's an entire new business and infrastructure that's getting planted in. Like, dude, it takes a year for somebody to build a fucking supermarket.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right?
Never
And
mind
yeah.
a fucking gambling.
Is 2020 the same
infrastructure.
time frame for the Bridgeport casino?
Again, I don't know if that was necessarily
On a local news tip.
approved.
Yeah, I don't know
but
if that was ever approved. I
Oh,
know
really?
they're
That
still
was just all hype.
Here's the thing,
well, I
though.
know that they're still promoting heavy. Like, hey, Bridgeport, look, we can bring 100,000 jobs to your area. But
You don't have to, though. You don't have to necessarily create the infrastructure. What this is basically doing is, set up a kiosk, go online. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we don't, they don't need these big venues. You can already go. So basically, like, go to MSG, watch the hockey or basketball game, and be able to place a bet there on your phone at the same time.
Yeah.
But again, different type of gamble, But yeah, no, I had heard that too.
Well, they're excited to regulate that and make the money. So I mean,
I don't know.
If they can, though, I mean, it's going to be very, very tough. But I'd like to see them take that money, put it into something else.
Well, one of the best arguments that I heard about, because a lot of people were almost mourning the bookie, which is odd in itself.
Yeah.
But the one thing that they were saying is the bookie will always survive because they're going to be the person out there that'll give you credit. The fucking new apps and shit like that. You're
They
not
ain't
going to be
gonna
able to, like,
give you
man,
credit. Yep.
just
Yeah,
let me get 10,000.
I
Just
would
let me
have
get
to
10.
agree,
The
yeah.
bookie will do that, and you might get killed, but
Yeah,
the bookie's going to
exactly.
be the one to still give you that 10,000 credit.
Speaking
like
of credit, this is going to be a major leveraging point for Bitcoin, but with gambling you can't use credit cards. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a cash transaction. You know what I'm saying? Like set it up to pull from debit and stuff. But
Yep.
that would be interesting. Can definitely pave the way for Bitcoin. But then I can see how they would start hemming and hawing about
Yeah, interesting tidbit.
How
Even on
dark.
that, I know in Connecticut at least, you can't buy your weed with credit cards either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut that shit down real quick.
Yeah. Which I saw
Which
that
makes sense, you know.
happening.
Well, it's that thing with the credit cards and the cryptocurrencies. They're definitely afraid,
Crypto.
very afraid of the cryptocurrency market and community. That's the whole reason why they don't allow people to buy cryptos with credit cards, because they know that the cryptos are going to be. They don't want to give you free money to make a 10-time gain on the $5,000 loan, that they just gave you.
If you could,
like,
though,
they're not happy that you're making money off them. Their whole purpose is for you to not be able to pay that $5,000.
But again, there's no
back.
guarantee though that you're gonna make that, and I think that's the downside.
Yeah, it's
to
still
it,
a gamble.
You know? Yeah.
And the good news is it's not up to these corporations, because Bitcoin is a something that goes beyond that. So it's a world currency. And then we're still like not even 3, 4, 5% deep into it, So that's exciting. That's exciting news, because when you see the coin like 6,000, whatever, okay, that's exciting to me personally, because I know if it goes down to 4,000, once it hits that, it's gonna quadruple to 16. Like if it hits that 4,000, whatever 5,000 range,
Yeah.
hurry up and do it, because that's the time when
I think it's gonna bounce back hard.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this year ending. Like, all right, boom, year ended. I'm up 3 times, 4 times. All right, cool.
Maybe not the way. Maybe I should. If I maybe not the right lead-in. Speaking of year ending, some years did end a little earlier. I don't know if we take it into sports and national news. Maybe sports real quick. Ending for the
ending
NBA playoffs.
very early.
Well, real quick, I think we could just knock out real quick. Ending for the NHL playoff. The Capitals won.
First time in 40 years.
But it was cool that
Knuckle puck time.
The Vegas Knights.
Yeah,
there was
first
their
time
first year,
they made it.
It was their first year of existence, and they made it to the NHL. Man, you got to give them credit for that.
Dope jersey. You guys see the jersey and hats?
They're going to have a booming economy with that new team and the revenue.
And they got the flash and pizzazz of Vegas in their shows and shit.
Now it's like
hockey in the desert.
People go to Vegas, they won't leave on a Sunday. They're going to stay for that Monday game. They're going to stay.
Hockey in the Desert is definitely the name of an album or a book that you need to put out.
Hockey in the Desert.
Right. Hockey in the Desert.
That sounds like a fucking Disney movie.
Right.
But your boy, no.
I was gonna say, speaking of Disney, they got Disneyland, Legoland. Motherfuckers got busted pedophilia. I don't know if we want to jump into that too soon. Is it too touchy?
Considering we were only 10, 15 seconds in the sports, we can
I know,
we can hop right into that.
I
if you'd
like
like.
that. Disneyland. What can I say? It just happens. It's
Bad news in Disney, I guess.
But no,
I feel like
yeah.
it's a bad. Is this bad news anywhere?
LeBron ain't going to Disneyland, so I mean,
That's true. LeBron.
We'll get back to sports on that.
With that, 4-game sweep. Shit was ugly. Shit was super ugly, especially in Game 4. Charles Barkley had a dope comment. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, just letting the world know, don't ever come at me about saying LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, because his actions showed in that last game. If you really want to fight like you know how they say a tiger backed in the corner and lashing out,
and
he didn't
I
do
agree
it.
too, because as you guys know, I'm not a Jordan guy. He wasn't my dude. I was a big fan of Sean Kemp, people like that.
LJ, Spud Webb.
Yeah. But Michael Jordan would not sit. I don't give a fuck that you're down 20 points. Yeah. There's 4 minutes left in the game. Michael Jordan would not be on the bench. He would not be on the
No, wait,
fucking
they were
bench.
down 20, though? Because I didn't watch this. Were they
were
really
down,
down?
in Game 4, they were down 20, 4 minutes left. Still, yes, you probably can't come back. Does not matter.
Yeah.
LeBron's sitting on the fucking bench.
No,
not
cool. You know what, though?
Cool.
Yeah, no. You know what?
And in that game, he
different.
was the J.R. Smith moment. He was just yelling at everybody. Everyone was feeding off of LeBron was just yelling at everybody.
Yeah. But that's
you just see their face.
And my thing too, because it's probably his last game ever in Cleveland.
Yeah, he's gone.
Go out there, call for the ball every single time, shoot a 3. Try something, like putting some effort.
Yeah,
up
but then
until
what
the
do we
fucking
say
end.
about that, though? You know what I'm saying?
That he
Told
tried
you.
until the end.
Yeah, I don't.
That he at least put an effort until the end instead of, dude, he went and he sat on the bench with the boo-boo face and started yelling at people.
The funny thing is, after Game 3 in the interview, they asked him a question, and his answer was in regards of how you can't do that in Game 4, and he did exactly what he did.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude was all talking about the player that don't try hard, and he just he spoke himself in the next game. I'm like, damn.
But I don't know. Game 4 down by 20. You're right. Probably not going to play again. athletic ability worth more than those 4 minutes of what might happen for a freak injury, I'm not mad at him. It's a completely different debate. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a fun one watching people get riled up about it because I don't think that they're really.
His whole excuse, too, was that Kevin Durant made that team way beyond anything. And that you know
but you don't think that that's true, though? I mean,
here's the issue. If you think you're great LeBron, you should be guarding Kevin Durant all 4 games. You don't let the guy that is trying to step up and prove himself, you say you're the GOAT, then you fucking hold down the fucking GOAT fence. You know?
Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. That's the part about it.
This dude walked away from the challenge, so the whole fucking series.
I feel you. LeBron should have stepped up and been like, okay, you're not getting 45 points.
Exactly.
You're not getting, like, I'm guarding you forever.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then
he didn't want to do it because his career was on the line, which already it's done.
Because this thing, in the last 2 games, too, Curry was off. Curry he went like 0 for 9 on the threes, and then like in the fourth quarter he hit like 2 threes. Durant held the game down, and like LeBron, in the words of the cool people of today, LeBron did not want that smoke. He didn't want it. He was not on him. He didn't want that.
I little different because in respect to the players, you got to put 100% on offense and 100% on defense. And I think that if he chose to step up to that challenge, I think if he did shut him down, I don't think that he would have been able to put up the offensive side.
But, I see.
You know, on that? Yeah.
You know, so pick your poison in that one.
And I do understand that. Of course, the Cavs had an inferior team, and then LeBron bitches about that. But they forget when the fucking when the Heat was LeBron, Ray Allen, Dwayne Wade, and Bosh, and like LeBron.
Alonzo Mourning was on that squad.
You know what I'm saying? But LeBron did this before, and now he's mad that it's happening to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole take him to town to South Beach, and everyone's like, "Oh man, you're doing a gang-on team, you're doing a pile-on team." Then it happens to LeBron, and he doesn't like it, which of course you're not going to like it.
So now he's
going
to hop back on the train next season.
Yeah, he's going to go somewhere, man. That's the question I want to ask. Where do you guys think?
The Rockets next.
Rockets?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I would like to see, but see, the thing is, what I would like to see him do is what I guess he's guilty of not being able to do, and kind of go, not so much go nowhere, but go somewhere and,
if he's gonna go to a nowhere, they're gonna have to have a big market cap to put him there
but
for
he's
the
not
money
going
at the
to go.
long term.
He's not going to go nowhere.
And that's what I was gonna say with the last game.
Yeah.
Like you say, 100% defense and offense. They're just happy about their $100 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
like,
all the teams mentioned,
they got $15 million up front.
I can't see it with all the teams that are mentioned. I can't see him being like, this is where I would like to play. And I would love to see him. I think New York is dying for somebody. I think that whole Carmelo thing was just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like I still don't see.
I would like to see him be in the Knicks because.
I think the exact same thing would happen. I think literally the exact same thing would happen. He could take the Knicks to the championship, and then here comes fucking the Warriors, and it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with the Knicks? Who else is like? And I'm not calling out anybody for their knowledge of sports, but literally, who else is on the fucking Knicks right now?
Yeah, no, you're right. No, it's nothing. You don't have to. Yeah,
I don't know who else is on the Knicks.
Really, there's probably there's
I only said it so that
fewer
we could
great
take the
players than there are
to the MSG.
Put the biscuit on them. No, but even like I remember we were looking up the Boston games, and dude, when LeBron comes to town, those tickets go
everywhere.
Those tickets go. But even that's another one that I heard was Boston, maybe, and
he's not. Yeah, I can't see that happening.
I think that would be a pay cut, and then he would be accused, I think, of trying to do the same thing with a pylon team.
Well, here's part of the problem, and actually, I don't think
they don't need LeBron.
Compound the situation is. No matter where, technically, right, LeBron should be able to earn maximum money, right? No matter where he goes
LeBron is technically...
he should be the highest player in the game.
But he's also a hazard to companies because...
I wouldn't say the highest player in the game, no, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was going to say, if, like, the issue with teams trying to take LeBron is that, like you said, they're not going to be a powerhouse, but they got to put mad dough out to get him, and they don't want to.
Right. So, but here now on the flip side to it is we have a guy like Kevin Durant who is okay. So if I were to tell you, like, give me the top 5 people who should be the top 5 people, those 2 people should be in the top 5.
Can you find out the contract for Durant still on the?
He's a max guy. He's 35 million. I'd heard this before. So, but what I'm getting to though is he can opt out or not opt out.
How many years
is he? Agent. This is it.
Oh, okay.
So in order for him to stay, as far as cap space goes, he would have to take a pay cut to Golden State. So now you're in a situation where like Golden State and Kevin Durant can basically manipulate the league right now for a guy who should be earning maximum money going to take a pay cut to stay in this particular situation.
And then it just boils down to, are you looking to make money or are you looking to make history?
Yeah.
That's where it is.
So okay, but see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. That was said in a positive, enlightening way. But if it, because are we talking about Kevin Durant? If we talk about it being LeBron
about the Golden
James,
State
it's like
Warrior
no. You know what I'm saying? Like what are you gonna do? You want to be a great player? You want to get a bunch of championships?
How many rings now does GSW have?
This was 3. This was 3 in the last.
This is 3 in the last 4 years.
And prior to that, they never had it for how many years? A long ass time,
none.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, this might be the
Teams
era
have
of
runs and dynasties. Absolutely.
This might be their 7.
Did LeBron come up in the wrong time, like the Sean Kemp time, where like what I'm saying, like he was going to be outshined by somebody? Still though, I think if
LeBron's getting up to the almost with who was it? Jerry West and the Lakers for the most NBA Finals and not getting the ring. He's third. Now,
yeah,
so
but I'm just saying, to be able to get that, we're knocking a guy for being able to get, being able to get to, in order to get to the prize fight.
I'm just laying out what they are.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying, the more you look at stats, it's very tough to discredit, what
the GOAT is. That's I'm just putting.
Well,
it
no,
towards...
I think if you were to say greatest of all time, I think we talked about before. Just no one ever really mentions Bill Russell or even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
You could say the game's played completely different
I would
now.
say Bill Russell is possibly.
But I think if you were to start a team, again, really seriously think about this, not impulsively. If you were to start a team right now and ask for a guy, say, give me, a pickup guy of all time, I would still pick LeBron first, only because he could play every position. And no matter who out of greatness you grab, you just move him to the other spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So the one-on-one game between LeBron and Durant, you're going to put your money on LeBron James?
I think it all depends on how LeBron is playing that day, because that's the thing too about him that I don't like is his emotional of like, dude, when you're that talented and you're flopping to the point where like you're starting to get fined for flopping, and that's the thing too where how we were talking about the greatest player of all time. I think it's tough because of how different the game is in each era of like, dude, you remember when the Knicks and the Pistons would beat the shit out of each other, where it was like real people were bleeding, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And nowadays it's like you get too close to somebody and like your jerseys touch each other and it's a penalty. So it's a whole different game, man, where I think LeBron would have a tough time playing in a super physical league in that time.
Honestly, I think he may have been a bruiser in that time. I think that the hands-off approach allowed him to get into that sport.
I think
but you're talking about him growing up under the same, you know what I'm saying? You have to give him the whole, you can't just say that you're just taking his skill set to this particular era, but you're keeping his mind frame the same.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of mind frame was what I was going to say. I think Kevin Durant's mind frame is stronger than LeBron's. Like you were saying, LeBron
Kevin Durant
faster.
cried at the MVP ceremony, and his team ain't even make it to the playoffs that year.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I'm just saying, from emotionally being ready, he got the MVP, and he was like, and it was like, actually, the playoffs are coming up.
But you're talking about a man getting emotion for being happy in something, comparing LeBron's negativity. So I mean,
happiness can go two ways, though. No?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm still trying to say that personally. You were talking about on the one-on-one game, I would have to go all day with Durant.
Yeah, see, one-on-one, I think it's a coin flip.
And then when he wins, he can cry, and let the world know, it's okay to cry.
It's all right. It's okay to cry. And listen, hey, if you got anything to cry about, hit us up, 203-941-0045. Call or text. It's free all the time and forever, man. If you want to promote something, if you want to talk some shit, if you got something to complain about, if you feel a certain type of way about this macaroni earth movement, or if you think about the flat earth movement, or if you're one of those crazy global people, let us know, man. 203-941-0045.
Or like Neil deGrasse, he says it's a pear. It's a pear shape.
It's a pear shape.
So that's one of the greatest scientists coming at you.
I saw I read the one about the egg.
Like a pear.
I like the egg one.
The egg one, yep.
Incredible edible.
Like
is it hard boiled though?
It depends on the research.
It's hollow, right? They say it's hollow or hard boiled.
There's a hollow one, right? There's a hollow theory.
Speaking of hollow, anything here hollow?
I would say, speaking of people, there's winners and losers, man. CM Punk came back to the UFC for his second fight.
Sleepy Hollow, knocked out, right? No?
It was no, he didn't get knocked out, but it was bad. It was real bad.
Okay, so was it stopped though?
No,
I didn't know about this.
No, was it really bad?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was. I'll put it to you like this: it was.
Bloody bad.
They didn't put it on the free thing; they put it on the main card. But it was the first fight on the main card. There was a lot of bullshit talked about that, which But CM Punk is still a draw. But it was because of how bad he lost in the first fight. They put him against another gentleman, Mike Jackson, who was also 0-1. from the beginning, it was just this is a guy who should not be fighting this guy. That was it. Even though he's trained like.
Here's a picture right here, Chedda, if you want to. Go ahead, finish. Yeah.
Do you think maybe they put him first just to like kind of get people in their seats and
get the hype? I can see the hype thing.
Like, I think they didn't want to give it away for free. They wanted to make people pay to see it because I looked it up after. I allegedly found it online where I could click on it and it would play for me. It was magic, but dude, they sell that shit for $65.
Oh, they're killing it.
That's wild, man. Like I remember back in the day when we would watch WWE pay-per-views. Everybody throwing $10 to watch the shit, but man, $65 to watch those fights, that's a
back in the day
it
was like $50, $35, $40.
Yeah.
But he got the shit beat out of him for 3 rounds. You give him credit for heart because he got jawed a couple of times and stayed up, man, stayed with it, stayed to the end.
Yeah.
But Dana
Pride.
White, but what Dana White did do, he shit on Mike Jackson, the guy that beat him, because dude, he was showboating. Like, he had him on the ground. He was doing these punches. The wind-up, Popeye, boom.
Yeah. He was wrestling the wrestler.
He didn't finish him. That's what it was. And he definitely could have finished him. So you give Punk credit for, trying, but it's just one of those things where it's like, please stop.
The Deadspin headline reads, CM Punk's second UFC fight was a bizarre joke. So, like, as soon as I read that and you started telling me, it was awkward. But here's something interesting. You tell me what you think. Conspiracy behind it. You ready?
Dun, dun,
but now
dun.
it gets juicy. Exactly. Okay? Because it says, up until he stepped into the octagon, CM Punk was having a great week. His 3-year battle against former WWE physician Dr. Chris Amon had finally ended. So court ruling in his favor, so he no longer has an $8 million decision hanging over his head.
Yeah.
So it looks like maybe that was some WWE money or something.
That was when he left WWE, a big part of it is because his untreated injuries, and he had a real bad case of a staph infection. It was like the size of a tennis ball in his hip.
Oh, I didn't know.
And he actually almost died.
Thing, though. Yep, I remember hearing this.
And then he went and did a podcast about it a couple months after he left WWE, and the trainer sued him and the gentleman that did the podcast, that hosted the podcast, for $4 for $4 million each. And he won that a couple of days
ago. For what, slander?
For slander, discrediting, all that other shit, which, it's you can talk about that stuff.
So, I think going into this, he basically realized he just saved $8 million.
Yep.
It made it a little easier to take.
Yeah. He was all right.
He was getting paid regardless.
But
I guess keeping his money.
Like, he lasted the 3 rounds, but if the gentleman that fought him, Mike Jackson, if he wanted to beat him, he could have at any time.
Well, here's another interesting thing that they had mentioned.
More training is needed.
Bro, he had him in the ground and pound position, literally wasn't looking at him and was punching him. Like, he was looking at his corner and punching him in the face. Like, it was bad.
He might not have known, because I just saw here that this guy's previous fight was a 45-second loss. So I think he was just trying to get some ring time, They call ice time.
Dude, even Joe Rogan during the thing, because, he does the commentary for it, even Joe Rogan was like, not me, but a lesser man might say that this guy, Mike Jackson, was paid off to make this last 3 rounds. Because, like, Joe Rogan hates CM Punk. He was like, he shouldn't be here. He didn't. With good reason. Like, he got there because of his fame off wrestling. I agree, same shit. Dude, he should have trained for like 4 or 5 years and maybe tried
just
to
like
fight
everybody
somebody.
else.
Yeah. His background. What was his background?
Wrestling.
Yeah, that was it. He didn't do drugs, he didn't drink, and he was a wrestler. With
background
tattoos.
was taking fake hits. So when you take fake hits for how many years and you go into a new sport where you take real
a little
hits.
faster. The speed's a little faster.
It's like, hey,
a little faster. Like, wrestling looks fast, but I could imagine to MMA people it probably looks like being stoned or something. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
honestly, and only person I could still give it to for the wrestling is that Brock dude.
Brock,
just because, like, if I think Undertaker could possibly just go in there and handle himself, because he's just such a big dude.
Reach, But what about
what's it
called? Good Bobby Lashley, right?
Bobby Lashley.
He's back in wrestling though.
He's back.
Right?
He's back in WWE. They're not doing shit with him, unfortunately.
But I think he was decent as a fighter.
Yeah. He was in the MMA for a while. But that, and with the news of that as well, Floyd Mayweather, big surprise, has said that at this current moment he's not interested in fighting in MMA, which
he's just doing everything to get in the news.
Yep. But him and 50 Cent started beefing again, and 50 Cent said, hey, Floyd, you only do this when you're running out of money, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Floyd fight again, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
I was about to say that's his.
And I don't mean MMA, I mean boxing.
Yeah.
Who's left in the boxing world? There's some new upcomers.
Dude, he might go Connor too.
Oh,
he's got. It's about.
I mean,
money.
that's the money fight,
Yeah.
All about money.
Honestly, if it happens,
money.
they're two lucky motherfuckers.
Yep.
I don't want to see it again. And if it does happen, I'm just gonna wait till it's fucking for free.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, actually, is I tell you, I got to see the I was watching some of the fight on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like back when you know people were just like streaming it on their own. And then I decided to do some rides. So I got a ride. I had a pickup request from a house that had this big window in the front and a huge TV. So he ordered the ride in the last round. I got to the destination. I always email, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Got my lights on. So he texts me back, fight almost over. Do you mind waiting? So, but I look up and I can see like I watched the last round and then the decision, from my car
outdoor
through
movie
this
theater.
guy's.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think that's what we're expecting. Because I mean, I can't see either of them wanting to knock. No real fights are going to knock each other out anymore. Nobody wants to really.
If anything, I would rather see celebrity fights happen. Let's bring the beefs to the fucking TV screen and let's watch them fight instead. Just some fucking ratchet shit.
That's what we got to do, actually.
That or what was that with the Povich and the Deadbeat Dad?
Yeah, I was just about to say, get Maury involved too. I don't know if you guys saw the Maury said he was ready.
Let's get all these hip hop reality shit. Let's just get it, all of it. Let's get out of our system.
Maury said he's down to try to get Drake on his show to see if the baby's really his, which would be interesting.
Yeah.
Lie detector test, baby.
Lie detector test, the pop and lock after it's not yours. Those are the ones, man.
I don't know, but I listened. I don't know. I listened to some of that beef. I think it's bad news for Drake to disappear, but I don't know. Just like that, over and done. Oh, interesting thing, and actually we could lead into a little Kanye news and Kim Kardashian news. But I had heard a little rumor that Kim was kind of nervous because supposedly, rumor maybe some of the delay was that, maybe Drake is digging up some stuff on Kanye. And obviously, because of the association, it's not tough to find out a lot of things, So, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if at the same time they're meeting up and be like, all right, look I'm going to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got me on a son thing. So I'm going to talk about I don't know, you like your booty lick, Kanye? So I'm going to throw a little booty licking in there. Just shit like that. But
we'll see. And that's the other thing too. And it's kind of like the 9/11 and then starting a different war.
Yeah, 9/11 2001 adds up to 23. Episode 23.
Is everyone is forgetting that it's not Kanye. It's Pusha T.
Yeah,
Pusha T's the one that came and washed
Kanye just
Drake.
happens to be
Kanye is just exactly his producer and on the same label, which is funny because it's that I'm sure, somewhere deep in the closet, there's something that you can find about Pusha T, but he's a tough target because you're you talk about selling coke.
It's all out
what
there.
else?
It's already out there.
Yeah.
I think in Drake's best interest, it would just be I lost, move on.
Yeah, his best move is exactly that.
How is he going to come back
up with the new party song and just let everyone forget about it?
Drake's best thing would come back and be able to make a hit and be like, see, I can do that, you can't.
Yeah.
That would be the best diss song.
I ain't got time to battle.
Exactly.
I ain't got time to battle. I ain't got time.
It's sitting at the poker table when you take out the whale, and then the next time he comes around, he just tries to just muscle his chips in. Drake has to muscle his chips in every single time.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying? Just make Pusha T go all in every single time. Be like, yo, you're gonna double up, but I'm going to catch you.
Yeah,
you're
gonna
double
afford
up.
this hand.
Yeah,
you can't afford this hand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like you're gonna double up through me a couple times, but when I bust you, I'm gonna bust you. You know, but. I don't know.
Drake got to steal his big blinds. That's what he needed to do.
Yeah. That's what upcoming hip hop artists have to steal the big blinds.
Yes,
chip away at the whales. But Kim Kardashian got her way, right? Speaking of Kanye, Kim Kardashian,
they're all getting their way.
What's
all the Kardashians? What's the oldest mom? The manager's all 6 or 7 of them.
The mother, yes.
What's her name, Chris?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Well, the Kardashians talk about getting their way. They got their way on Family Feud because they're like big Family Feud fanatics.
Yeah.
So I guess it's important for them. You know how Family Feud you're only allowed a certain number of contestants.
Yep.
Yeah.
They made it important that they wanted more people to fit on the line. And Steve Harvey was busting on him this is the first ever show where only the Kardashians could come in and add more people.
Yeah. Like we're gonna do the show. We don't want to do 2 shows. I mean,
yep.
The show was funny.
But yeah, so she got her way though. She got the grandma pardoned. So it looks like
After
that.
How
was,
many years?
Oh, she did 20 years. But you know what, though? I think what people are I don't know, and it seems like no one's going to really talk about the prison reform after this. But in all of this, I was looking at it, so I tried to do a little research, and I was like, all I saw was just a woman who, like, followed the code. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because a lot of people could have went to jail 20 years ago. This lady kept her mouth quiet. She was the numbers person for like a $20 million cocaine operation.
Yeah.
So, they're making it seem like, Granny on some false drug charges. Like, I guarantee you this would be a dope-ass movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
which
this
it
isn't
might be because
now that she's absolutely.
Tell that
absolutely.
tell that alleged story.
Angela Bassett's going to play her or something. Something like that.
The end of the movie, the fake Kardashian comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. And she'll insist that she has to play it.
Yeah.
But then she's going to insist that someone else play Kanye or something.
Right. But Trump, along with that, then kind of passed out the thing of like, hey, let me know who you want pardon, guys. Let me know who you want pardon.
I got some pardons. Who wants some pardons?
Exactly.
I got some pardons.
Pardons for both.
Oh, hey, Muhammad Ali, you want a pardon?
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali's dead, sir. I'll pardon him anyway. Actually, his case was dropped by the Supreme Court. He doesn't need a pardon. I'll pardon him anyway. Who needs a pardon? NFL.
I think he's doing the pardons for the people that have the pull on the populace. You see what I'm saying?
Populist,
social media,
Well,
populist
don't
pardons.
forget, he's already said, he goes, and if I'm found guilty, I will pardon myself.
Which he can't do, so that's interesting.
We all know
people
that,
saying that
so.
he can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're quick. Like, I agree.
Just wait to see
I'm
what
quick
happens.
to say you can't
I'm
do
excited.
it. But
Yeah, I'll change that to not supposed to be able to.
right? No,
because,
right? You kind of go against everything.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what I'm standing for and believing in. If you can say like,
if you can just go, nope, I'm good.
yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Was I me?
That's all he needs to say. He's been saying it the whole time.
I know, but anybody guilty always says that. Shout out to everybody in prison because then you will not find a group of more innocent people.
Shout out to Reform in Your Life, making it better.
True. And speaking of the keeping your mouth shut thing, that was the same thing Little Kim went to jail for. Is she didn't snitch. And then she went to jail for whatever.
There's a prize for not snitching.
Now she's bankruptcy, bro. She said she's down $4 million.
Bro,
I wonder if that's all like she owes to like the plastic surgeons though, because Little Kim hasn't done anything in I don't know how long. And again, I don't.
How many licks to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop?
Was that her too? I know that was Cisco.
No, that's just a commercial.
Yeah,
for
no.
Tootsie Pop.
But I'm saying but it sounds like something she would do though. No, I think she did that.
Well, yeah.
But
one of her songs was a hook like that.
But it was that long ago that I think that she was relevant. Like after that, all of her relevance came from like, did you see what she did to her face or whatever?
Yeah, that's really it.
She's out of licks.
No, it's a sad thing too to see like the condition of her face, man.
For real,
she looks
like that's a good example of what not to do for female hip hop artists.
Yeah, or just in general, love yourself. You know what I mean? Like do what works.
Let's just go back to the old school 1990 chicks rocking the Timbs and not looking too ghetto, but
wonder what Michael Jackson would look like if he never did anything. You know what I'm saying? Like would he have been like a Denzel? You know what I'm saying? Would he kept up a fade? Like can he?
He probably looked like that dude. Who was that?
That was a dude that was seriously mind controlled.
Yeah.
Severely. Like, he did it to himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably helped, I
think his father did it to him at the first, which made him susceptible to any male figure that said, do
anything.
this.
Absolutely. Anything and everything.
But, conspiracy on MJ, he's still alive. Michael Jackson, and if you look at the video of his funeral, he's actually attended it.
Really?
He dressed up as a woman.
Let me guess.
I don't know.
Don't take my word for it.
Research it.
Yeah.
But I think that's part
Michael
of
Jackson is still alive, hit us up 203-941-0045 or just tell us your favorite Michael Jackson song.
And
203-941-0045. Tupac is fucking dead.
People think Tupac is living in an underground bunker that they made back in the day that's luxurious for when
no, with Elvis, with JFK still alive too. Hitler's still alive.
And then they say because for 2020 they want to fake Trump's assassination or by whatever, and he's gonna be living there too.
Yeah.
So it's just a big bunker where
Trump and Tupac
are
going to hang out,
kicking
smoke blunts, eat Trump steak.
Crazy.
So actually, what was it? Well, I don't know if it's news, but Trump and Putin, the G7 summit.
Trump it up.
Anybody?
Trump and Putin.
Anybody, what do we know about the G7?
TP connection. Toilet paper, is it trash?
Is
it shit? Is it garbage? I don't know. I didn't hear too much about it, but I heard Trump kind of had to talk some snappy nappy on Canada. Trudeau, is that his name?
Yes,
I'm not
Justin
sure.
Trudeau.
Yep. But then I also heard some talk about Putin is speaking out to the world about the corruption of a Mr. George Soros and his interference and politics, but he also mentioned
Is this
how,
recent news?
Yes, look it up. And as
or
well
is this
as
4 a.m.
This is recent. Look it up. It's out on the news. It's been covered. Leading to but talking about how America, how we've always put our 2 cents in other countries' politics. So I mean, this is nothing.
I remember
new.
that in grade school, thinking like, wait, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it? And of course, there's always something behind it, but it's not hard to see why everyone else hates us. It's really not, because we're just like, and then fucking America come over again. It's like that big, loud, annoying fucking cousin where you're just like, okay, now they're here.
Yeah, and we elected him as president to show the world right now.
I know.
But again,
we're like Biff. You want to be president? Let's go.
Yep.
Show these motherfuckers what's up. And then also in the news is that Trump left early. So I don't know if the meeting with
that's the meeting. A couple things going on, right? We just had the G7 coming up on the meeting. They were talking about trade. Putin was there, and there was a Korean. He was meeting with Kim Jong Un.
Supposed
Singapore.
to be. So I don't know if it actually happened or not, because they said that he left early, and then because talks went quicker than expected, but there wasn't really too much detail on like if they were good talks, if they were bad talks, if it was like, oh, hey, okay, cool, you're going to stop, all right, then we don't have to meet up, you know what I mean? Or if it was like, no, we're loading up right now, okay, cool, I'm going home to load up too, you know? So,
Trump might have said something, and then they said, this motherfucker's out of his mind, let's go.
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of backup plans. Again,
who knows?
I don't know. Let's see. Some people think it's good times. Again,
let's just wait for the bombs to drop. Wake up in the morning and see.
They're dropping now, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to see.
Shout out to the drones.
Drone thugs.
Right?
Drone thugs. That's going to be the future moneymaker for kids. In the future, you're going to be drone technicians.
Oh, absolutely.
Just fucking badass kids knowing how to fucking on-site shoot your ass down.
Dude, why do you think all the
video games?
Why do you think all the video games are connected to the internet, man? They want to find out who's the best.
Who's the
and
dopest? Absolutely.
Exactly. You want to play a video game for real?
Yeah, exactly.
They all float up here.
But again, this was all nothing new. When this stuff was first coming out, like this is how they were talking about it. You know, I don't know if I told you. What got me to enlist was watching how Desert Storm was fought. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit at the time looked like some video game shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, where do I sign up? Like,
you wanted the Valor?
Yeah. I was just like, give me that.
Give me the Valor. Throw it this way. Throw it this way.
You know. But again, I was always a believer.
Don't drop
that,
it. Yo, pass the Valor.
Pass the Valor. Shout out to all the Navy SEALs out there, the real ones. I love that shit. Watching this dude, he be fucking debunking all these fake dudes that thinking they're badass motherfuckers. Oh yeah,
Young Bunky.
Shout out to them doing the real deal.
There's a lot of them like that though. Lot of people still story. Back in WW2, me and your grandmother.
I mean, even shout out to all the Vietnam veterans, but I'm sure there's dudes out there that went to Vietnam and didn't do a damn thing, you know.
Yep.
But hey, you served, so shout out. Shout out.
Serving up that 3-piece in the Biscuit, episode 23. So tell me, what is Putin? Who's Putin calling out?
Rootin' Tootin' Putin.
Vlad Putin.
So there's this conspiracy talk. George Soros, people think he's the diabolical, metaphoric Dr. Evil, the stories. But what he does is he has a lot of nonprofit organizations, all in different countries, and he pretty much promotes and funds revolts over countries. So he puts it under the ruse of changing the world for better, when really it's him just owning a lot of the world.
That
Dude's filthy rich.
ground
but Putin called him out about his fingers in politics, but also when he called him out, talked about how America and Soros, they've been connected as well. So you said, America's bad, we all know that. We're the big bad fucking wolf, but that doesn't make us, the citizens, bad. Just the world's fucked up. Wars, And
I believe it was
war's
Jessica
a business.
Rabbit.
Religion's a scam. That's what what's going on here.
I believe it was Jessica Rabbit that said, "I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way."
There it is. Cool World, folks. Okay, if you don't know, no, that's not.
That's Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I'm thinking of Cool World. Classic cartoon movie there. Classy.
Brad Pitt was in that. I think.
Yep.
Speaking of Brad Pitt. This completely doesn't make any sense, but speaking of Brad Pitt, then you got to speak about Tom Cruise, then you got to speak about Val Kilmer. Top Gun 2, currently being filmed.
The Goose. Rest in peace.
Goose
Maverick.
Gossage.
Who else was in that? Iceman.
Goose. Val Kilmer, did he live?
Yes.
He did live?
I don't know if you're talking about real life or not.
Yeah. He looks like death right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of death, though, there's some tragic deaths, right? Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade.
Both
the guy from another one too, Walking Dead guy. He was on The Walking Dead and he was on the Goldbergs. He's dead.
Wow.
Was crazy, scary.
Was his at least something other than a hanging?
No, he was just found dead, found unresponsive.
Found unresponsive.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, but speaking of conspiracies, I mean, there's conspiracies on Anthony Bourdain's death, right?
What is it? I heard.
There's
Alex
got to be,
Jones.
because that hanging shit is weird to me.
Yeah, I'm
like
not. No, I give it up to the dude, man. I give it up to. I believe it.
No, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm saying it's odd that like Chris Cornell from Soundgarden hung himself.
Yeah.
Then fucking Robin Williams hung himself.
Right.
Anthony Bourdain hung himself. Chester from Linkin Park hung himself. Right. That's weird.
All right, well, let me ask you this though. In fairness, objectively speaking, okay, how many? And don't give me 6 million ways to die. Choose one. How many ways? Realistically, if you wanted to kill yourself tonight, and please don't do this. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about, I'm going to kill myself. What are you going to do?
I would shoot myself in the head.
Okay, that's one option. You would have to have a gun. Okay, but here's the thing though. If you were,
I don't want to die.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if you mess up? Okay,
of course.
I think I potentially maybe thinking
that's
you have a better chance of hanging yourself. The other part too, maybe you don't want to live, but maybe you want to have that the cast. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, well, you know what? I understand that I'm doing this selfishly, but like I'm gonna be buried and stuff. Like a proper one. Like and they're gonna patch me up. You follow me? So all I'm saying is, okay, that may be your choice, but what I'm saying is, if you were to kill yourself, like, what really are your options?
Nowadays, $10,000 down payment, you could upload your consciousness, and once they do it, you will die suicide. That's the only downfall, and that's real. Look it up.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just giving the option to people out there if you want to live in an AI world.
If you do want to die, you're probably not going to pay any money.
You're right.
So,
you're right.
Out of that option, like I said, I think.
But if you had the money, you did want to die, Westworld's looking for you.
No, and this is the thing. I'm not saying like there's some conspiracy about, but I'm saying it is
odd
that they all died the same way, hanging themselves from a door. Like that shit is weird. And the only one that wasn't in a hotel was Robin Williams. Well, so that shit is weird.
The Illuminati knocks on the door and they open it. They get a list. You could either die by hanging, pills.
So that's what I'm saying, though, is there's only so many things.
And then they have to do it themselves. If not, then all the blackmail comes out.
There's only so many ways. So, I mean, I think it's an injustice to these people trying to put a conspiracy.
What's the conspiracy, though?
I'm not even saying there's a conspiracy. I'm just saying it's weird that they all died in the same way.
Yeah, and no, but there's something
I heard else. The conspiracy.
It's like hanging's making a comeback, which is odd. And I don't mean that in any sort of, like, punishment ratio way. I just mean, like, now it seems to be, like, quote, cool to kill yourself. And...
No, I don't think it is. I think it's just highlighting I don't know. I think there's a bunch of sad people, you know what I'm saying? But again, I think people that want to look more into it and be like, no, there's a reason why he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no, he had everything to live for.
Yeah,
so.
I heard a reason was his, like we were talking about, the populist pull. He was going to do his reputation. He was going to go pro-Trump.
So he decided to kill himself instead of saying,
or
this was a man who said that Trump should be food poisoned. So was
he's
Trump
been
and his people?
And then the conspiracy idea thought is he's changed his views and he had a change of heart and he wanted to spread it to the world. And
that's
word was silenced by a rope around the neck.
Hey, but you know what? At least it wasn't. He was just about to reveal that everyone's a pedophile.
Well,
and
that's
then
the same
killed,
thing. No, it is the same thing, though. He was about to say that Trump is, Trump really is the god,
Oh shit!
So the deep state decided to silence him. I think it's just really sad that it's a sad, unfortunate situation that it's gone this far. Because I think he's a really cool dude. Like if you ever watch, you can't tell me that you never watched the show and think that I want to get fucked up with this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, first time I watched this show was I was on a cruise, and like. Party during the day, come back to the room, and then like lay back and watch No Reservations. That was the first time I was like, yo, this dude is dope. It was a cool show, But that's the other thing too, is then I'm not saying that his actions, I'm saying the actions of other people, like he gets then celebrated online, which of course you're gonna post you miss him, but I swear it was a fucking who has the deeper fucking diatribe.
That's the thing. It's coming next week. It's coming next week.
We
remember a couple weeks ago was the Mother's Day. Next week's gonna be people talking about the fathers in this
Father's
sense.
Day, and Father's Day gets substituted with I didn't have a father, I had a mother, and my mother's gonna. So then the mother gets put up there. Then the people argue about how fucking it's not about mother, just let fathers have a fucking day, and it's yeah. But no, but with all the celebrity suicide, it was you just have to skip the internet that day, man, because it gets like the next day. it's back to business. But for that day, it's everyone going, and everyone posts, like, even the shit that I didn't like is like Mark Maron did an interview with, Anthony Bourdain. So this week, that's the interview that he posts, and everyone was like, well, I took a picture with him once, so it's an odd.
I got a picture with him too.
Yeah,
you know what it is though? It's what we do to remember. It's what we do to remember those that aren't here. You know.
Yeah, it just seems like a
tribute.
A lot
honor,
of it is the selfish, like trying to draw energy.
Hey,
from
here's
it
the thing:
instead.
if we're gonna do the 11th annual Anthony Bourdain Memorial, I'm with you. But to give the man 1 day, 2 days after he's dead, you know what I'm saying? I give a pass.
I'm not talking about the normal people that are like, damn, Anthony Bourdain died, R.I.P. I'm talking about the people that like try to draw energy to themselves because this man died. That's the shit that's annoying to me. There's people that are like, look at me, oh yeah, he died, but now look at me, see what I did with him, and I met him once, and I'm like, that's the shit that's.
I'm mourning him. I'm mourning him too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm mourning him, so feel bad for me and put the energy on me instead. Yeah. That's the shit that I hate, and it's not just with him. It's with
I feel you. Like I said,
no, you're right. It's a death that gets broken down to how many likes and hearts.
Because
hearts and minds. That's what we're fighting for.
Exactly.
But I mean, would in the end? Can you just say? Would we say celebrated in death? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna say, like, if you want to take the approach of saying like he was an asshole when he was alive and an asshole dead, respectable. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can't tell me that there aren't a bunch of chefs pouring a little aioli or olive oil out for their homies. You know what I'm saying? For a week or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't
all the places. All the places
saying?
he ate at, they light a candle at night now.
Something, right? Yeah, get to smoke with your meals for like one night only.
It's got to be some Bourdain symbol.
That's fucking funny. Dude.
But I think it's
I'm just imagining fucking a whole row of chefs with a bottle of olive oil, just like.
And some scotch though, or something, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a serious issue. Another thing too about the suicides, because it's been going on. It's a recurring thing with our veterans. It's actually at an all-time high in America. Has actually doubled. And come back to Uber for a second. I saw this very, very sad statistic. Cabbies in New York are taking their life at an alarming rate the last I think it was like the last 60 days or something.
Wow, that's interesting.
Just because the cost and everything, like from these medallions were like hundreds of like $500,000. Now they're worth like still paying on it, but they're only worth like $30,000. And the only thing they could do is get like a $3 Uber ride to try to compensate.
So that's a bubble that busted.
Oh my God. What's that?
So that bubble definitely busted.
It's a crazy time.
Well, even in Uber, man, like I could see, because I've met a couple of the guys. Like I don't know if it was just in Connecticut or if it was across the board when we got knocked with the 30% decrease in pay. Like for me, I do it as a second job. Yeah, it sucks, but some people that just do that for their only job, like that's I can see how people would like some people. That's all it takes for them to just be like, I've been fighting so hard, all this shit. Boom.
Yeah, but you know what though? If you don't like it, I hate to be that guy, but don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can complain, you can come. Hey,
you're in control of your own destiny, baby.
Media, you know what I'm saying? Like collectively try to see if you can raise the wages. But fact is the money's getting less, and people are like complaining. And yes, it's tough. I feel bad for those people that there are people that I sit. I don't know. Do you take breaks? How long? Like usually I'll do like a 2-3 hour shift, and then I got to get out of my car and walk around and
do all
stuff,
that stuff.
You know?
I'll go get something to eat. I'll put it off for a while.
Yeah, but I see some of these people's figures, okay? When you look at your report or whatever, it shows your online hours, okay? That doesn't count the times that you're driving to and from certain places. So you see some of these people talking about, like, you can't do this at the other job and posting, like, making $1,200, $1,500, even $800, but they did, like, 79 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, 79 hours. It's like, well, dude, 79 hours you were in that car, and if you're smart about it, you don't stay logged on the entire time because you're killing you're only allowed X amount of hours on. But it's very, very sad because so many people want to jump into it and don't realize what it takes. But if you are interested and you would like to be one of the drivers,
click on the links below.
It is below.
You can make your money though.
Get some love below.
I'm driving a little less. I'm making a little bit more money.
There you go. But that's always a good thing.
That's my thing, my side hustle. Got some tips. I don't know where to go. We can go with the board. Not sure where we're at, but I got
we're talking about driving the self-driving cars. What's up with those, man?
Well, it's on the board for a couple areas. Let's just tell me what you think. Arizona signed the Waymo deal. Waymo's going to be having minivans in Arizona. I believe it's like, I don't even want to say the number. There's a couple thousand, tens of thousands of them that are going to be a fleet that are going to be out there, and they're going to be picking you up, dropping you off. That's going to be interesting. But then you have some states that are going against it. You know, so I don't know. I think we talked about it before.
I also heard about the 5G is supposed to make them perfect. That's supposed
5.
to be
What
the thing.
what make what? Oh, the cars.
The car's perfect because
okay.
it's supposed to react so much quicker to everything.
Yes.
They're saying that because now all our phones run on 4G or 3G if you're in a bad area. They said the 5G.
You mean like the hood?
Probably
For your safety?
No. For if you're not around a tower, right?
In the
It's only
woods, not the
3G in
hood.
It's only 3G in the hood. But they're saying that 5G is supposed to be like you can download a 4K movie in 30 seconds. Like it's supposed to be 100 times faster than 4G, all that type of stuff. So they were saying with the automatic cars and stuff like that and the driverless cars that it's supposed to be like, okay, nobody's getting hit anymore.
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be quicker than, you know, your brain works, all that other stuff, that it's supposed to be nobody's going to get hit anymore. But also they're talking about that might start getting introduced in 2020, and it's supposed to be like a $300 billion overhaul. Because how I was telling you guys off air, how you have one router in your house for internet and stuff like that. They were saying that the 5G is going to be, there's going to need to be something in every room of your house that you'd like to have 5G in. And it'll be super fast, all that other stuff. But
I was just reading
who
about
the fuck knows what these waves are doing to us,
I just pulled up right here talking about some of the research that they want to go into, because one thing that they know 11
side effects,
11 reasons to be very concerned, again, because you're talking
infertility,
about the multiple routers. So the biggest one they're saying is a condenser soup of electro smog. So we're basically going to be bombarded with high and low frequencies. All right.
Yanni, Laurel.
Next
Laurel.
thing, all right, effects on the skin. All right, how these new wavelengths are going to affect the skin, effects on the eyes, effects on the heart, immune system, cell growth rates, bacteria resistance.
Our brain and our heart, man.
Crazy.
Electronic.
Yes, we're basically going to be like,
we're
going to turn the world into a microwave, more or less. We don't know the effects that it's going to have on the planet, but again, if it's flat, if it's a macaroni, maybe it doesn't matter.
If it's a casserole, who really cares?
Plant life, you know. Atmosphere, depletion of fossil fuel, disruption of the natural ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as you know, we're classic for way convenience with the, you know, problem. And the convenience versus the aftermath.
Yes.
We're going for convenience every single time.
And actually, this ties into, tell me what you think. You could still talk about the 5G or this one, but President Trump signing the Right to Act try. A little bit more info on that one. Basically saying whatever medicines that are out there and available that can possibly cure whatever your ailment may be, now they don't have to go to trials. If this is what they say that this can do and they feel confident in it, you have the right to try.
Yeah, wow. I think that's a good step. Because there's this
That's an interesting step.
Right, yes. No, I like it. I like it. But then you're just like, all right, so what happens? So just, okay, so if you live, that's great. But no.
Exactly.
But,
if it does what they say it's supposed to do, then that's great.
But then if you die, we live in a era of plausible deniability where they can say, well, it wasn't really the medicine that got you sick. It was this that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, to take the onus off it.
You see the things that they've done trials on, and it's an old fucking comedian bit. When you watch the commercial and you're like, I'm not taking that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, to be able to choose, I think it could be.
Now, this would be great if it opened up the testing towards, you know, like I said, with, you know, being, you know, I think we all are, you know, basically pro cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like the effects of, you know, oils and stuff like that.
People having the right to do what they want to their body.
But I think that this is just Big Pharma's way of saying, hey, no, look, we have this pill, because that's who gets, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who's in the doctor's office right now.
Exactly.
You don't have you know, Patty Patchouli.
We don't want cures.
You know, Harry Hemp.
Cures.
Like me, I have digestive issues, and even like I've gone to the doctor and have tried the Linzess. Try that. Then I would try the other pill, and they'd be like, "So yeah, I think we're gonna try you on the Linzess." And I'm like, "No, we already did that." Because you could, and it's just like you're in there, and like you're in a movie where you're like, you're just going down the list of like, well, they pay me this, they pay me this. We're gonna try you with this, and then we're gonna try
and you sitting there.
You've already tried it. Well, how about we try it again at a lower dose? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit.
Yes,
you know.
I was about to say, but you as the patient know what you took. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? It's just.
Yeah.
So, but like you hit on before. You know
I
what
would
I'm
say,
like, you know.
Yeah,
there's
I would
no money
shout
in curing.
out all the neuropathic doctors and NDs, not MDs, NDs. Research it.
And NDs,
yo,
what's
do
that?
your Googles on ND.
Do your research. But these are the ones that got the cures. So different diets, vitamins, daily routines, how to detox.
But people don't want that though. People don't want.
People
don't want.
You gotta
diets.
fight for the right. To live.
How many things did they promote online about how like lose 50 pounds with no diet, no exercise, no. And it's like, how do you ever expect anything to change like that? Like, but people want to believe in that, you know.
Yeah,
that super pill.
Magic in a bottle, exactly.
Instant gratification. You want that? Just pay the fucking liposuction, dude. Pay the plastic surgery. You know, just if you got the money, get it out the way. If you don't got the hustle, the grit,
the grind,
pain, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, but nobody wants to believe about the satisfaction that would come from going through the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's great for the body, the mind.
All of that, absolutely.
The
endorphins, But I mean, I'm with it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a big salad eater. You know what I'm saying? So to tell me like I can live a little extra longer if I just like eat some salads and stuff, like I've got my reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up was just like.
Well, and there really is the whole thing of like, bro, there's no reason that a salad should be $12. There just isn't. Like nothing about a salad costs $12.
Right? There's nothing sexy. No, there's nothing sexy about the salad.
The price reflects the benefit of what it is to your body.
Shut this shit down.
That's what they think though. So that's why. But when it's $2 sodas, they're letting you know. Oh, take this so you kill yourself. When it's $12, they know your ass is broke and you can't afford that $12 salad. Dude, they don't want you living long. They don't want you eating the greens.
On the post road, the banner, not the banner. What are they called? The big ass sign, the billboard for McDonald's. McDonald's, just what the budget ordered. That's what that shit says. And I was like, you guys know? I was like, you guys know we're all broke? Fuck.
50 cent ice cream now? I'll take it.
It was funny, man. It's just like, but you realize it was that, like, holy shit.
But let me ask you,
know exactly how much money you have.
But let me ask you this though: is McDonald's your fallback though?
Today it was
right.
Fallback in terms of hey, if you gotta grab something.
Quickest bite to eat on the run, whether it be job.
The reason it is now though is because I'm a big fan of the breakfast biscuit with a hash brown, and to get it in the afternoon, it makes me happy. It definitely makes me smile.
Like I said, it's still my fallback. Like there's nothing. I stopped ordering any number value meal from McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do any of that. But I mean, what I hopefully assume is chicken for $1. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets me
as a patch.
Oh my god, it's Uber fuel like you wouldn't believe.
Shit.
Did I tell you about the?
I hope it's chicken.
The secret. Tell me what you think about this. And the name fits it. Actually, it's probably changed the name.
Could be ostrich meat.
You know how they had the secret menu thing? There was a buzz a little while ago.
Yeah.
Like these, secret things off the menu. Did you know that McDonald's has something called the McGangbang?
Hello.
Sounds
on the
sexy.
secret menu. The McGangbang is the double cheeseburger and the McChicken in one.
Oh, and you can order that.
And I would say don't order that at the fucking drive-thru. Yeah, let me get a McGangbang.
Well, technically, people are supposed to know the secret menus.
Yeah.
Like I actually saw again. Do your research.
Do Google.
You know what I'm saying? Do a McGangbang. Look it up. And tell me what you think.
I'll post a video next week. I'll do a drive-by. See if they know.
Yeah. If they do it. I have had it. I can tell you that it sits like a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like you're telling yourself, but at the same time it's like $3.
So wait, it's a double cheeseburger with a McChicken in the middle?
Well, yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, it'd be more exciting if it was a number 7 crispy chicken with a number.
And I think they might have more luck with the money amount for it, but they don't like doing it because it's the cheapest thing. And you know what I'm saying? If you were in your bulking phase, it's a home run all day.
Oh, yeah, I remember I had ordered at Wendy's one day. I got the 4-for-4 meal, and then I wanted more nuggets, so I ordered whatever the 6-piece nugget. And when I got to the payment window, the guy was like, "Oh, you figured it out." I was like, what? He's like, no, you got the nuggets for the best price. And I was like, bro, I just wanted more nuggets. That was it,
Yeah.
But you could tell that there's
Wendy's is my favorite out of all of them, I have to say, though, just because of their freshness. They don't got the freezer.
And they actually have pretty inexpensive salads. Like they got the side salad for $2.
Yeah, they were the first salad people, right? They were first in the salad game.
Probably because they were always a little bit more like they always had the baked potato shit like that.
What was
stuff
their thing?
That necessarily
Eat Fresh is their logo. No, that's Subway. Subway's Eat Fresh.
They're actually, I was looking into their stocks a while back, and they were like $7 a stock or like $10 a stock.
Stock Obama.
I'm not sure where they're at now, but we can look that up. Actually, go to Yahoo. Wendy's shout out bacon with the baked potato, cream cheese, chive. What is chive? The green thing is sour cream. 2 packets, please.
Cordon bleu used to be my joint.
Oh
Chicken
yeah,
cordon
that's
bleu.
the jam. Turn that shit up. Eat it again. You know,
no doubt. Well, man, we have hit this hour and 5-minute rock right here. This has been episode 23. We still got a lot of topics left, man. And of course, we will be back next week. Just real quick before we go, I do want to say a shout out, a rest in peace. It's been 3 years since Dusty Rhodes has passed away. So tonight, if you're watching this, elbow drop somebody on the top of the fucking head. Allegedly, don't really do it, but just to pay that respect.
Yeah, or if you have the chance, wine and dine with kings and queens and with pork and beans and whatever you said.
Yeah, and finer things.
Exactly. Son of a plumber.
Well, and we out. So shout out to all y'all. You know who you are.
So you can find me online, Lil Mattress, at Lil Mattress, LILMATTRESS. Hit up this hotline, 203-941-0045. Call or text. We will respond, and we're going to get back to that gentleman that we covered in the beginning of the show to let him know that we've responded and to check in the next episode.
Yes, call back, confirm. Macaroni, rotini, spaghetti, what
lasagna?
Type of yeah. Don't just go throwing macaroni shit out there, okay?
The whole family.
Facts, all right? Is this a Denali something?
Casserole.
Pasta squad.